from Nick. I can't. We don't know where he is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Taco Tuesday.
Hey guys. You know what's so funny, Tamar?
Huh?
So last week we did Taco Tuesdays with the Clark sisters, of course.
Yeah.
I looked at the comments later. Everybody was like, "Who is this dude?"
I
didn't know who I is.
Who? I know. I thought that's who that was. This was a 313 number. I thought that was Karen. I mean, not Karen, Kiarn. So listen, everybody. Happy Taco Tuesday. And don't be shaking to my poo, Johnny Wright.
They were coming for me like, who is this dude?
Y'all know, we talk, first of all, Talking Taco Tuesday is like my favorite day of the week. Everybody knows this. So we always start off with the shot and a thank you, Jesus. Cheers.
Cheers.
To Taco Tuesday and fun time with our friends. Woo. Lord God, that good hard. Father Lord, and I am prepared. Y'all have a paper plate tonight because I ain't washing no more dishes. I can't.
Do.
It just won't let me have a little case of What kind of taco do you have tonight, Johnny?
I made tostadas, so it's basically an open-faced taco.
You're such a fancy black man.
I am.
I really appreciate him, guys. I appreciate you all for tuning in because we have a fun Taco Talking Tuesday pack show today.
Yes, we do.
Number one, I wanted to say that yesterday it was announced that Johnny and our show on VH1, starting May 25th at 9 o'clock. It's called, what's it called, Johnny?
To Catch a Beautician.
Yes, and let me just tell you something.
Me and Tamar have been saying this since day one. This is the best show that's not even on TV yet. Hands down.
The best show on TV when it comes on TV. I'm telling y'all right now. It's so doggone good and has everything to do with the topic of our show tonight. It's so good, y'all. It's about, the beauty industry, something that I feel has been overlooked for so long. And finally is going to get the recognition it deserves, and the fun and the ins and outs that everybody wants to know about, that needs to know about it all. It deserves this kind of publicity and also this kind of knowledge.
Yes.
I
agree. One of the things that I love to do is educate. And when this show came across my desk, so to speak, I was ready to jump on it. I've been approached by so many people for our shows over time. I never wanted to do a docuseries, of course. I told you that a long time ago.
Yes.
But this is a formatted show, and it's based in my industry and what I love the most. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited for you all to get to know me and more about my industry and the people that we bring on the show.
Yeah, so let me tell you guys something. I absolutely adore this guy right here. Like from day one, I met him at the White House initially.
Yeah.
We have a really, really good mutual friend, Larry, who you guys are going to meet later on. Coming on. Larry Sims, the fabulous, amazing, attractive Larry Sims. And when I ran into him at the White House, he was like, "Hey, girl." And I was like, "Oh, this little cute little thing." And then who knew that God, destiny would have it for us to be amazing friends like we are now. And when I tell you this dude right here is a nut, I have nothing on him. He is a whole plum fool, just so y'all know. And the shade is all the way real. And
don't even try it. I'm not the shady one.
No, the lies of Satan. So here's the thing, y'all. So as you guys tune in every Tuesday when Johnny and I are here co-hosting together, Talking Taco Tuesdays, you might get lucky. We might be able to show y'all a clip. Won't he do it? We're going to die, literally, because it's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So do you think it's enough talking about us right now, Johnny? Or what? You want to move on? Or what you want to say something else about?
Listen, the show is so packed. We probably need to move on. But if y'all got questions about the show, don't be afraid to ask. It's an amazing show. We're able to talk about it now, so we want to talk about it in fullness. So go for it whenever you're ready.
Absolutely. And I hope they don't kill me, but people are like, okay, so what is it about? What is it like? What is it like? It's like the hair catfish.
Yes, true.
Get your life.
No, it's true. It is. So basically what happens is, hey, this is the best way to describe it after we were describing this before in the past. Mm-hmm. Have you guys seen a show called Botch, right?
Yes.
People have these botched up plastic surgeries. So this show is the hair version of that.
That's a better analogy. Thank you, Fran.
Yes.
Because I feel like I'm going to get a text from VH1 right now. That is so funny. All right. So, Johnny, please tell everybody your all of your social media handles so they can get a hold of you.
Yes, I am Johnny Wright 220 on all social media handles. 220 stands for second to none. I don't play. Make sure you all follow, like, tag, share, do all those things. I'm an open book, so ask me anything.
Yes, and I want to give a shout out to all my Tamartian friends on Facebook and Instagram. Come on over here to Tamar Takes on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Okay, so listen, enough about that, baby. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to act like things did not happen this weekend that actually really happened this weekend. And so I'm just going to touch on it just a little bit because that is not my concern for the evening. Okay. Well, I just want y'all to know this. I am really excited and elated that the competition ended up happening between Babyface and Teddy Riley. Look, it's not what we wanted to happen, you know what I'm saying? But we got the competition. So
right.
I just wanted to say that I'm really, really proud and happy that Teddy did his dizzle, and Babyface with his shady self. He's like one of my favorite shades of shady people from, Shadetivity.
Is he shady?
Oh my God, he's like the most subtle, shadest, richest person I've ever met. Like, you have to really pick up on it. Like, I hope y'all picked up on Babyface shade the entire time. Like, he was reading for filth. He's amazing. He's amazing. Okay, so I just want to put that to rest. And I really wanted the hype man everybody saw. His name is Breon. He's a good friend of mine. He's been a good friend of mine for about 20 years. I wanted him to come on the show. Can't find him. Looking for him. We really want to talk to you, Breon. Next time you can come on and bless the people with an explanation. All right. So now, let's just jump on to what's really important, everybody. So we've been talking about quarantine and couples being quarantined, during Taco Tuesday and being quarantined and exercising, quarantine and everything, right?
Right.
I'm really trying to understand, why do y'all think that we talk about this? We talk about being quarantined because it's something that is very, very, very important and that we feel like needs to be taken serious. Something came out yesterday. Not something. Some people came out yesterday. Some governors came out yesterday. And I don't know if they all had a Skype meeting or Zoom meeting or 10-way call, but or woke up and tripped their head on a now later. I'm not sure. But in my opinion, I feel like the governors who have released the beauty world so soon and so all of a sudden are tripping. Okay, and I say they're tripping because you promote. Okay, I be feeling like I want to block people along the way.
Just ignore.
Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah.
You talking about the governors? Tripping?
Yeah. And so, what'd you say, honey? Yeah, because David's in his bag about it too. A lot of people are in their bag, and I talked to a lot of healthcare workers. I have a lot of friends that are nurses and doctors and people and my brother's also a nurse as well. And so it's very frustrating when they put their lives on the line every single day and go to the hospital and treat these people who are highly infectious. Yeah. And here we are out here supposed to do our part. Yeah. And we are not. And we look to our leaders to lead. Yeah. And when they disappoint us, It is up to us to use our voices to vote. Well, everybody knows that that's not for another couple of months now.
Yeah.
So how do we use our voice now? We are supposed to use our voice by what? Action.
Action.
Okay. Action. And the whole purpose of this show wasn't for Johnny and I to talk about our show on VH1, but it just so happened, I'm telling you how God be working, y'all. I'm going to tell you, okay? He be working because, the whole point was today to talk about our show, to talk about highlights of our show, talk about highlights of the weekend. And, we had no idea. Right. We had no idea that it would turn into such a beauty world emergency.
Absolutely.
And our show is about beauty. So what I'm saying is we brought in a couple of our friends you all to talk to. We want to get their point of view about the whole beauty world opening up, the restaurant world opening up, which I'm just going to go online and say, I feel like it's a terrible, horrible idea. Okay? My name is Tamar Braxton, and it's a terrible idea to take your ass to a restaurant or to go get your hair done or to get your nails done. Okay? Let me tell you something. Beauty will wait. It is not so serious. So y'all I just want to ask a question out here. Y'all want to be casket ready? Is that what we get time for?
Here's the thing, Tamar. They extended it to the 15th of May, which is not that long. Mm-hmm. So why not just wait? Let's wait this out. The curve is flattening, but that's because people are staying at home.
Well, not
going
really.
To the salon.
It's not really flattening. Because I was listening to what's the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha? I call her Keisha like she's my cousin.
Yeah.
Keisha, the mayor of Atlanta. She said the numbers are climbing. Okay? I believe her. She said she did not hear from the governor. She was very politically correct, but I'm going to unpolitically correct her by saying that he didn't call her, meaning she found out when everybody else found out that Atlanta was opening back up, in the beauty world and the restaurant world.
That's correct.
It's really crazy. And you know what? I really should have called Candy because I really want to know if Candy's going to open up Old Lady Game. I really want to know her stance on, are we talking about our coins or are we talking about the health of the public? I don't know if you guys know, but I started taking some online classes, right? So I'm taking this class at Harvard, and it's all about health in the business, in your business, right? Mm-hmm. And it talks about creating a space for your workers to make sure that they remain safe and they remain healthy. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that was astonishing to me is that, this is what big companies, they have seminars and things about it. And it just was astonishing to me that small businesses who really need to pay attention to their workers because it's so close to the community and keeping your community safe and keeping, everyone safe around you, right. In the workspace. It's a really interesting class, guys. It really is. And, it talks about the steps and the tools you need to take, keeping your work environment safe. Mm. Now, how do we know if your local beauty salon or your local restaurant or your local nail shop, everyone there are COVID-19 free? Are we opening up these places, these businesses, testing all the workers? Mm. Are we doing that? And then inviting the public to come in and be serviced? Has anyone thought of that? Is that a requirement from the government? Is that a requirement from the state? Did the governor even talk about if everyone who works in that workspace is COVID-19 negative, you can open up your business? I think it's very irresponsible to just open up your business and not check and not make sure that, your community is safe first. Y'all, that's my son, y'all. And to make sure the environment is safe. to make sure your business is safe.
Well, what's even more so irresponsible is more irresponsible is the fact that the president didn't make it a federal mandate for people to stay closed to May 15th. These governors are taking it upon themselves because it's not mandated by the president. It's not federal. So they can do exactly what they're doing now and opening up on Friday.
All right, guys, I can't even hold my mule no more because we got so many amazing people, stylists, and all these amazing artists that's on hold. Guys, I want to start off with my good friend and John. Now, everybody's good friends on here, y'all. So
yes,
y'all can say somebody if you want to. You're gonna be read by all of us. Start off with our good friend Derek Yang, who's so amazing at his craft.
Hey,
in Atlanta.
Hey, Derek.
Hi, Derek.
How are you, love? Hey, Johnny.
How are you?
Joining us. We love you so much. We respect you so much in your business. Yes. So let me ask you a question because we ain't checked in with each other a long time. Are you still at the J spot?
Yes, I still have my salon. Yeah, I still have my salon. I'm there from time to time. Yes, so we still here, strong. I'm happy about that.
Strong. How about praise God? So let me ask you a question. Are you going to be opening up the J spot on Friday?
So me personally, I won't be there on Friday.
Okay.
But because my salon is a booth rental based salon, I can't stop them from going to work. Yeah. So they're independent contractors. They have their own keys. So I can't stop them from going to work, but I won't personally be there. But
so you can't stop them because the governor has lifted the law.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
Yes.
So are there things that you have to do to prepare to have people there for work on Friday?
Wow.
Well, for what he wants us to do, he wants me to rearrange my salon, which I'm not about to do. I can't move stations 6 feet apart. Like, my salon is set up the way it's set up. Like, we can't do that part.
Yeah.
So how does that work?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm taking all of my waiting chairs out the salon, so there'll be no waiting. I'm providing masks at the salon. I have sanitizer things all around the salon. So I'm doing my part. I'm putting up a disclaimer on the door, so when you walk up in here, you come in here your own risk. Ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm just making it be very clear that y'all should not be coming to get your hair done. But if you want to, do it at your own risk.
So have you had a conversation with the people who are renting booths in your salon about the risks and how you feel like personally it's a bad idea?
Yeah, well, you know what? So half of my salon is not going to go in. Half of my salon is no man. So half of them said we good, we can wait this on out. And it's crazy with this all being said, like I just had a Zoom call with 10 other hairstylists, 10 other salon owners in Atlanta, and we were all just kind of bouncing things off of each other and bouncing ideas off each other how we can do that. But out of those 10 salons, only one of them is opening up. So we for the most part, a lot of us are not opening.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the government has did something that is first time ever. Yeah. They've allowed people that are self-employed to file for unemployment. Mm-hmm. Has a lot of your staff, filed for unemployment?
I don't know about them. I know I did. I filed for unemployment and food stamps. So I don't.
I'm so glad you guys mentioned that because I'm not trying to plug my boyfriend, but he is a financial advisor. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the best. He cut my expenses down 40% a month. Praise him. So what I'm trying to say is he's going to come on later on and give us all tips and give us all numbers and information about what to do and where to go and how to still eat and still pay our bills and collect the money that the federal government has put in place for us. Because I think the problem is a lot of people are opening up and starting to do, hair again, opening up their restaurants again, and these small business owners are feeling like their hands are tied. They have to because they have to pay the bills. He's going to be talking about ways to help us so we don't feel the pressure and also to still collect money in the interim. So awesome. I appreciate that.
So I see somebody in the comments that said somebody said, well, why he do that? He know he got some money. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you this. First of all, I got my little thing. When I filed for unemployment and I got my little paper, I paid $106,000 in unemployment last year. 106. So you owe me money. Yeah. That money you giving me is deserved to me. You only give me $5,000. You only give me $360 a week for 14 weeks. That really ain't that much money. Why would you not take this free money? I don't want to go into my savings paying for stuff when somebody give me some free money. Why am I going to give me some food stamps? I'm going to take my $194 a month in food stamps and not spend my $200 at the grocery store and use it.
I'm going to tell you something, everybody. Ain't nothing wrong with a food stamp, honey.
No, I'm
16. Where's my EPT card?
Okay, listen, if there's no better time than now to put the ego aside. I just came off of filming this show, so I'm sitting a little pretty right now, but I still applied. I also did the whole payment deferment thing. So I deferred my car note, I deferred all my bills, I deferred all that. Because we don't know how long this thing is really going to last. We don't know.
Hold that thought until David comes on, until this time him come on. I want to hear from Andre.
Andre! Man, what's up?
How are you?
Hey, Tay.
So, Andre, me and Tamar was filming yesterday, separately, by the way, but when we was filming, I looked at your Instagram page and I saw that you posted that Atlanta was opening up, and I told Tamar, I was like, what?
I was upset with you, Andre. We friends. I was upset with you, child.
You and my whole family. I got my ass tore up because of that. But listen, I'm just keeping it real. They dangled the carrot in front of me. But listen, I've been off work for a month and a half almost.
Yeah.
You used to live in a certain way. You know, thank God, God is good. There's been no issues, no worries. But yeah, I jumped on it. I didn't hear exactly what they said, but instantly I hit it like, oh shit, we back.
So did you get a lot of backlash for posting that?
Not a lot of backlash because the clients are ready. Let's be clear. Black women want their hair. They like, Dre, we'll bring masks. I'm like, okay, you got a thermometer. What we going to do?
Right.
But I sat back and I thought about it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
So you consider opening your salon in Atlanta?
I'm going to wait out. Maybe in May.
So Derek, can y'all bring Derek back on for me with Andre? So Derek, Andre said he's not opening his salon. Have you guys had a conversation? Was he on that call?
Well, first of all, I'll tell you, my Andre was funny acting. Even though we in the same city, he is real bougie. I'm honored that you're able to get both of us on the same line together. I appreciate it.
Don't do it. It's all love.
We know each other from back in Detroit. So that's how we were back in the day. Yeah. So the fact that it took Tamar and Johnny Wright to bring me and Andre together.
Praise God, y'all together. Won't he make a way?
Got everybody acting crazy.
But no, you not opening up, Andre?
I was going to open, to Johnny's point. I posted a text yesterday as soon as I heard the news from the governor. Mm-hmm. And then I thought about it. Of course, I got some phone calls, and I decided not to open. So I'm going to hold out and wait until the end of May or even 1st of June.
Yeah, like Naja. Yeah, Naja from like the river. She got excited too. She posted on her page, "We're opening up," and then she turned around 5 minutes later and was like, "Oh no, we're not opening. We good."
Yeah, they dangled a carrot in front of us. You know what I mean?
From a business owner's, we were happy to open back up, but when you thought about the ramifications of opening up, you're like, "Oh no, we can't do it."
No, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To Johnny's point, you defer what you need to defer.
Yeah.
To your point, you apply for what you need to apply for. I did all that you said. I applied for food stamps. I applied for unemployment. I applied for it all. Mm-hmm. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do in times like this. Like you said.
But let me ask y'all.
I mean, we've never been able to apply for unemployment before, ever.
Ever.
So I'm taking this opportunity. I am.
Absolutely.
And, I think we're all saying this for everyone who's out.
We can't hear you. Okay, can I not hear you?
That's you, because I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you.
I think we should take this time to let everybody know that, in this industry specifically, that, people have filed for unemployment. People have, filed for assistance, and it's okay. There's no shame.
Yeah.
I want to add somebody else something I love and respect here from another perspective. Miss Nita.
Hi.
Males, baby. If y'all don't know about Nita, honey, Nita is slay the white alpha male in that letter. Okay.
You are all too kind. You're too kind. You're too kind to me.
The Holy Ghost did, it ain't me. So let me ask
Hello?
you a question, Nita. Nita, be honest. You might need to take a shot with the question here.
Okay.
Have you been taking clients during this quarantine? Come on.
I have.
Okay.
But
so let's talk about
I have not been doing I have done maybe 3 people. And it's been maybe the same 2 people have gotten done twice.
Okay.
Out of my 3.
You supposed to feel better about that. Understand.
I'm gonna tell the truth.
Right, I feel you. Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about the reasoning, sis.
Okay. You want to know why I did it?
Yeah.
Well, because they're a part of my same circle of quarantine people. So it's like, I'm not going to fault my sister for getting her nails done because her sister knows how to do nails. I'm not going to not quarantine. And we're quarantined in the same house together.
Oh, that's different.
I've been doing my quarantine circle. So it's not that I'm just saying, Tamar called me and said, hey, come to my house and do my nails because I want to look cute for my boyfriend. Nita's not going. We haven't been quarantined together.
I see.
So that's what I'm doing.
Who are you currently quarantined with? Is it you and the people that you've been doing?
Currently, right now?
Well, Tamar, I'm one of those people. She did.
I love y'all. You know how I feel about you.
It's me. I was one of
I have a group of people that I have only been around. I exercise with. It's a very small group, and we've been all around each other. Nobody's coughing. Nobody's asymptomatic. We haven't passed anything on to anybody.
How do you know? You all have been tested to know that you guys are not asymptomatic?
Well, I'm gonna be like every other Black person that say I had it in January when I couldn't breathe when I walked from.
Let's go back. You had it because you were tested positive, or you had it because we feel like that's
no. I had it because I had every symptom, and I went to the emergency room, and they couldn't tell me what was wrong with me. They sent me home and told me to continue to take medication for my symptoms. There was nothing they could do for me. They just said you have shortness of breath. Like they literally made me say Sally sells seashells at the seashore, and I couldn't say it without gasping for breaths.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's the thing. There's the whole new study out now that's saying that there was a lot of people that was infected back in November.
Yeah.
That are now have the antibodies and not able to pass it or even get it anymore. There are people that had it much earlier than it was more recognized widely.
Yes.
So that is a thing that people may have had earlier. I actually recall back in November being sick and the shortness of breath was there. I recall that. And I thought it was just weird because I do have a little bit of asthma. I was like, okay, maybe my asthma is acting up more with this sickness. But I do feel like I may have had it back then too.
Yes, it's definitely been around for a long time here before they even could, like you said, put a name on it, could pinpoint and say, hey, this is what actually was going on. It's just been floating around, and a lot of us have been around it and come in contact with it and had no clue that that's the demon we were up against.
Yeah. Well, here was the thing, everybody. It annoys me, not you, Nita.
Okay.
It annoys me that, no, because it's not personal, but because what I'm going to say is, it annoys me that our people in the whole feels like we have gone to school and are qualified to be doctors when that's not what we do. We're not doctors. If you're not an MD, you're not a doctor. And I think the problem that we all have had over the years is self-diagnosing ourselves. And it's so dangerous, guys, because this pandemic, and listen, we can say, let's just say for the latter part, this is not a racial situation. But if you look around and if you think about it, you look at the stats, it is our people who are suffering.
Yeah.
And our people who are suffering and dying and contracting this god-awful disease is because that we feel like self-quarantine means hanging around our friends and our family. I just had a conversation with a good friend of mine today. And, I was telling her, we was talking about, quarantining. And she was like, well, my cousin came over to do my hair. Becky, no, that's not quarantine. And that's not social distancing. Social distancing is staying in your home. The people that are in your immediate family, in your home. People who are living with you and have been living with you in your home is who you are supposed to be around. Not your cousin, not your friends, not your mama, not your daddy. Y'all know how bad I want to see my mother? Y'all know how bad I want to see my siblings? Tony lives 10 miles from me. I have not seen her. I have been quarantined since March 15th. I have not been outside. Guys, it is so important that the rules are being followed as much as we don't like it. Guys, we are dying. This is not, let's go out and we're going to get a cough, or we're going to get an infection that can be cured. We don't know. We don't know enough about this disease. It has not been revealed to us. It is unsafe to be around your homegirls and your homeboys. It is unsafe to swipe on Tinder to get that hand or Jack to get that It is unsafe. So, listen, my mother always said, don't lose your life over a piece of tail. It's not worth it. Guys, who cares? Y'all know how long I've been having these braids in my head? Y'all can talk about me all y'all want. I've been on these lives and I've been on whatever. I've been having these braids. I got my braids in March 5th. It is the end of April. And I know for sure probably when I take these braids out, it's coming out. My hair's coming out too. But the choice is to take these braids out and walk around like Miss Seeley, or keep the braids in and, at least be able to pull a little ponytail in or whatever, But look at my nails. Do y'all see my nails? Yeah, it looks like an orangutan been chewing on them. It is not worth it. You have to stay indoors because the complaint isn't when you can't breathe or in ICU, when you are for real secluded from your friends and family and can't see nobody, or the days you feel like you're going to take your last breath, you can't look your loved one in the eye. It is maybe if they feel like FaceTiming your friends and family, they will. Or if they not busy enough to FaceTime your friends and family, because it's not just you who's dying. It's about 30, 40 other cases they got who's dying. They ain't got time to call your mama, your auntie, your cousin, or whoever you want to call and say, I'm sorry too, I love you too. They don't have time for that. Nobody gives a damn about your hair or your nails when you in that hospital gasping for your last breath because you want to be cute. Yeah. So, that's what I got to say about that. I just want to unline the load a little bit, but I just wanted you guys to know the importance. It is not a game, okay? This is not just your aunties and your cousins or your friends catching this. These are like celebrities that are catching it and feeling it. Y'all, the Prince, I don't care how much money you got, the Prince of England had the damn virus. I mean, help me understand. And he probably got billions of, don't you think if he could pay money to COVID-19, he wouldn't have it, guys? Are you kidding me right now? So what we're going to do, we're going to listen to the governor. We're going to go out and get my hair, my nails done. What, to go sit on the couch? Y'all want to go? We're going to Follies. We're going to go stripping now. That's fun. We're going to drink out these cups. That's what we're doing. I mean, I don't know if that's working to y'all, but for me, I feel like I got a lot of life. I have a lot to live for other than the strip club, to get my hair done, to get my nails done, and to feel like y'all don't think I want to be cute? Of course, I done gained about 15 pounds. I'm not going. And then I heard that the gym that's the part that really set me over the edge. The gym was opening. Y'all just gonna open up the gym like it ain't no germs at the gym. Do we not wipe down the equipment when it wasn't COVID-19? So we just gonna sit up here and act like it's not a pandemic going on. We're just gonna go get on the treadmill or get on the elliptical and go and burn some calories off. That's what we doing. It's for real. Let me tell you something. Skinny don't mean nothing in a casket. Poo. And I'm gonna let you take over, Johnny, because I'm in my bag right now.
You are, listen, here's the thing. I agree with everything you're saying. And this is something to be very cautious about. But I'm also very sensitive to igniting fear, too much fear in people. I want people to be cautious and take all the precautionary measures they need to do to stay safe. But I don't want them to operate in fear. And I do feel like, we have to get back to some type of normality, but we should listen to the people that are doing the research on this virus and really giving us the advice to stay in the house just a little longer. And I think by that time, hopefully, things will kind of clear up a little bit, but, it is risky with so many people. I understand Nita taking a few clients. Listen, I get it. Some people don't agree with that. She has allowed herself to trust those people. And she has trust in those people that they are staying safe, that they are making sure they're quarantined as well, too. And luckily, that trust has worked out for her. But in the sense of opening your business to so many people that you don't know if you can really trust and depend on and doing the right thing, I don't know if that's the right time for that right now. I myself I'm sure Larry could jump in on this. I've had clients, celebrity clients, that has asked me to come style them. And I said no.
I want to hear from you, Larry. My gorgeous friend Larry Sims. Look at my gorgeous. Let me say something. I guarantee a look from this Larry beautiful ass Sims, honey. Yeah.
I know.
Yes, honey.
What up, y'all?
I'm my gorgeous
Larry?
friend.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's a heavy conversation.
It's a heavy conversation that need to be had because all of my friends here, Derek, Nita, Andre, you, Johnny, things are getting real on Friday. And we're going to open up the floor to everybody in 2 minutes, but I wanted to give Larry an opportunity to speak on, in terms of making these house calls to these crazy ass celebrities who wants to get slayed because they want to come do a live. Please explain to me how that goes.
Well, luckily, I work with a group of people, a group of women that would never ask me to do that. So I haven't been asked to be put in a compromising situation. My friends that are my clients as well have tons of integrity and aren't superficial to the point where they feel like they need to be, made up for their IG
sitting at home.
Yeah, I do have one celebrity friend who, just out of wanting to make sure that I was okay, set up an at-home test for me, and so I'm negative, thank God. But that's as far as it went, and I appreciate the fact that I have clients and friends that are more conscious about not putting me in the line of crossfire, but wanting to make sure that I'm healthy and okay. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. But I do get it though. I get it. Like I talk to so many people that
are compromised financially. I have one friend who is a makeup artist who has a son, and she was like in the middle of renovations, and so her kitchen is like torn up. She can't even cook for her son in her kitchen, but she had to like press pause on the renovations because all of her jobs got wiped out. So it's hard. I think when people are, to Johnny, to your point, I think when people are in a compromised financial situation, they have to make sure that they put food on their tables. And unfortunately, they will risk their lives and their own health to make sure that they eat. I mean, you know, I'm thankfully okay. I don't have to put myself in that position.
You know, I was fortunate that my steps were so ordered in this whole process to be able to be finished with the show, to be able to have that, and be able to sit and kind of cool, all that kind of stuff was a blessing for us. Me and Tamar actually are still filming. We're still filming from our home. You know, they sent us all the equipment to set up at home, and we're filming. The technology is amazing, but we're still filming. But the substance of the show is done, and that's a complete blessing because we would not have gotten to 20 episodes if the lockdown had happened prior to us wrapping. You know,
right?
So it is a blessing. I understand how people are enticed to want to go out there and make a coin. I understand they want to trust and hope that everybody that are calling them are being quarantined because they need a coin. Nita, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was just sitting here wanting to highlight all of the clients that I'm sure all of us have had that have sent love offerings. I am okay. I'm going to sit still. I'm not going to open up my doors and subject hand-to-hand touching in the middle of a pandemic. But I do want to highlight all of the clients that are all across the world that are sending love offerings to their glam team, because we work hard night and day, sometimes 12 hours, sometimes 16, sometimes 18 hours. You working with a person and you're pouring your life into their life. And in uncertain times like these where we aren't working, we don't work, we don't make any money. So to have people that go out and send, that have been just sending, I have clients that randomly send me their service amount. Like, hey, I have a standing appointment. I'm still paying you for my service. Because if I was there and this wasn't going on, I would be with you. So I'm still going to do it because I have clients that still work from home. Like, the whole world isn't not making money.
Right.
Our industry is shut down.
The restaurant industry is shut down.
Sorry, I ain't making a none.
Girl. Well, what can you do, girl?
I am in America. There ain't no concerts, ain't no shows, you know. Yeah, I'm good with my money, thank God. But I'm not making, and listen, you would be surprised, the actresses and the people on TV who work, not just check to check, but like checks to checks. If you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like, I'm not making any money. I'm not getting booked for any jobs. I'm not getting booked for any appearances. And, you know, I'm not going to sell my Instagram out to become a damn commercial for, you know what I mean, for products that I believe in. If I post it and I'm a part of it, then I believe in it. You know what I mean? Right. But what I'm saying is like, no, I'm not making any money. So I don't want people to think that if you see people on TV, if you see people on, you know, YouTube, if you see people, you know, on the internet, whatever, you feel like they got it like that. And they might have it like that. But the point of the matter is, it is a panic when you're not getting a check. I don't give a damn how much money you got saved up. The panic still reigns when you're used to making a certain amount and things are coming in and it stops. Yeah. So I am like every other American. You understand what I'm saying? I am not too proud to file unemployment. Me either. I am not too proud to file for EBT card. I can't wait till mine come. Bitch, I am not too proud. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta throw that pride out of the window. And I just wanted to invite David real fast because, you know, I am not trying to plug my boyfriend. I don't have to, y'all. But I just I don't, I promise. But I do want to, open up the opportunity for everyone who doesn't know to know and to get the knowledge, that, you wouldn't normally have. Because right now we can't depend on our government. They are not giving us the greatest advice. Please, 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 please. That restaurant that's opening up, praise God, still continue to get carry out. Support them, but continue to get carry out. I don't know why they will open up the seats of that restaurant. I just don't understand how they're able to contain, the cleanliness that is needed for this pandemic that's going on. The hairstylist, guys, listen, it ain't that serious. Your nails, get you some press-on nails. It's not, where you going anyway? I just really want to know where you going. You want to get your makeup done. Go to YouTube tutorials. Guys, there are other ways to figure this out. Please don't lose your life because you want to be fine. And I'm going to say, don't lose your life because you want to be casket ready. You never know. Some people have this virus who have absolutely no symptoms at all. It's a few basketball players that's come out and said it. What's his name? Idris has come out and said he has no symptoms. His wife said he has no symptoms. And they both tested positive. Davido's wife said she didn't have any symptoms. She came out positive. Guys, this is not a game. This is not the I'm cute, I want to stay cute game. And guess what? If you're staying cute for somebody else, it's time to put their ass on mute. If they don't love you for you like the way you are, then they ain't the one, okay? I would have never dreamed that I would look like the way that I be looking like with chocolate over here, as fine as he is. I look a hot, funky-ass, stank-ass mess, okay? Some days I don't even take a shower. Praise God that he put it on my heart to take a shower. Some days I do. But what I'm saying is that they don't accept you for who you are. They are not the one, okay? If you can't wear your Leroy braids in front of him, he ain't it. That's not it. If he can't accept you because your nails look crazy, that ain't it. It's just not. So, Dave, are you ready to come on here and preach to the kids? I would love to have all of our guests up here while David is talking about this financial situation, just in case they have questions about their own situation. Look at this lip abuse.
Are we back?
Hey, man.
Well, I was over here gossiping.
What I miss? I missed.
No, you ain't missed nothing, girl.
All right, guys, this is chocolate. I mean, with the Pacific Group. He is amazing. I would be saying that we got my man, y'all. He does not need my blood. He's so talented, and he's me of filing for unemployment and all the money I'm missing out on, and paying my bills and deferring my bills. Why don't you just go ahead on?
I've been listening the last half hour to what people have been saying, right? And I'm sad. I'm sad because a lot of the people watching are what we call personal services care providers. The hairstylists, the designers, the beauty care, people, the people who take care of us. And at a time like this, look, an accountant can work from home, right? You got debits and credits and balance sheets. A financial advisor, I'm working from home. I haven't really lost a lot. A lawyer can read briefs at home. A hairstylist has to touch your hair. A beauty person has to put your makeup on. And so a big part of the people, a big group of people who have really suffered here are our personal care providers. And so when I hear that some of the providers who we cherish, we love you so much. You make my girl look beautiful. She's fine anyway, but you make her look so amazing. And the other, females and males sometimes that she works with. But we love you so much. But when I hear that you have to go back to work, and
Go ahead.
What?
He said sit center.
Sit center? Okay. Well, I got to learn this. I'm a people-to-people person.
Okay, go ahead and get your life.
So when I hear that you have to go to work and you have to see your clients and you have to go do hair or go do nails or go do makeup, I feel sorry, and I'm sad. Now, for many of you who don't know me, and I run a significant financial services firm. I work with, billionaires. I work with millionaires. I've worked with billion-dollar companies in the past. I mean, I've done a lot.
But you also work with regular people. And
I work with, well, here's the deal. Regular people are my heart, my passion, right? And they are people who, I'll tell you what I see, right? You, unfortunately, have to go to work. And at the same time, deal with a disease to make a little bit of money for yourself. There's a lot of different ways that you can make money otherwise. And I'm going to tell you some of those ways now. But I do want you to, I heard a lot of the discussion earlier. I wanted to tell you how dangerous this disease is from, some of my clients. I represent hospitals. I represent acute care facilities and home health agencies and large doctor practices around the country. We have clients all over. And I talk sometimes to my doctors, and I hear about this disease, which is so terrible. We've never seen it before. I heard people on here say that, I had it before, or I thought maybe somebody had it before, and maybe they can't get it again. This is 160 people in South Korea were reinfected. 160 people were reinfected. So because you had the disease, doesn't mean you can't have it again. Right. It's a very good chance that you get it again. Right. So you got to stay away. Unfortunately, our people, sometimes we hear so much about how we're immune. I took to my sister in Africa. She said maybe we're immune because of the sun. It's an equal opportunity infector. It affects everybody.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How can people, especially in the freelance world, still maintain their household pandemic that's going?
There's a lot of different ways. How you can do yourself. You're eating popcorn over there?
That's Johnny.
Johnny, eating popcorn. You got to ship something. Okay, put it in mute. There's things you can do yourself. There's things the government is doing for you. There's $2 million and another $450 billion. They just passed this stimulus package to give to you, money for you. So here's the things you can do yourself. And I heard Johnny say he did some of those things very smartly. One of those things is take a look at your credit card bill, right? You pay subscriptions, you pay for apps, you pay for a lot of things that I know I did that I never used. A gym, for example. You go to a gym, right? And you work out, you feel good about yourself. Who's going to a gym now? They're all closed. Shut down your subscription, magazines, apps,
they opening up on Friday, though.
Open up on Friday?
Yeah.
I'm not going. Are you going?
Hell to the no.
We work at home. I run outside and then we do our 15-minute exercise at home. So first of all, cut your subscriptions. That's number one. Number two, if you pay rent, you pay a mortgage, you pay credit card bills, you pay any expenses that you have. Call the company. You have to take action. I was on my YouTube channel, David Adifesto earlier today, and I was yesterday, and I was talking about how it's very, very important. We say knowledge is power. No, knowledge plus action equals power. Knowledge, you could have all the knowledge in the world. If you don't exercise, don't step outside, put on some clothes and go do it, then you don't have power. So knowledge plus action is power.
So how do they file for unemployment and for rent deferment, credit card deferment, and stuff like that?
Well, the first thing you want to do is call whoever it is that holds your loan. If it's a credit card company, call them. If it's a bank, call them. If it's American Express, call them on the phone. If you can't get through, go online. All of them have, sometimes you have to be on the phone for a long time.
But I think the question is, how do we get money? I think the issue is like paying our bills, and the people, and let's say the landlord said, we ain't finna do that we ain't offering that here where we are.
That happens.
How do they still eat? How do they still pay their bills?
There's a couple of different ways the government has set up for you to do this. One of them is called the Paycheck Protection Plan. If you're, say, a salon owner, or you're a designer, or you're a hairstylist, and you have employees, the government has said the following. It will help you pay the next 2 months of expenses, 8 weeks of payroll, plus 50%. So calculate your monthly payroll. multiply that by 2.5%. We will give that to you. And if you use that for paying employee expenses, payroll, health insurance, 401k, profit sharing plan, then we will take that money and we will give that money back to you for free. So we'll forgive your loan. So please go on to sba.gov, SB Sam Boy Andrew, sba.gov, and apply for the loan if you can. There's another one called, and that loan it's not a loan. It's money they actually give to you, and it's forgivable. So that's one thing that you should do. It's called the Paycheck Protection Plan, PPP. That's cash they'll give to you now. There's another one called Economic Injury Disaster Loan. If you've lost any revenue at all, we talked about that earlier. If you've lost any revenue, the government is giving you money up to, guess what? Up to $10 million.
Praise him. Hallelujah.
Up to $10 million. Many of you don't need that much. They'll give you up to $10 million. If you've lost any revenue, sometimes you see clients every day or twice
$10 million per person, $10 million just
per person, per company, per organization. If you're a hairstylist and you have your own business and you file your tax returns, you're considered either a sole proprietor or a corporation.
What about the people who haven't filed?
The people who haven't filed taxes? Well, it's not about your taxes. They're not asking for your taxes. They just want to make sure that you have lost revenue. So they're going to ask you for, whether it's your bank statements or whatever it is. It's very, very important for you to do that. Now, one more thing. It's up to $10 million, right?
People are saying lies. They don't see it. People are saying that they have applied and said that the money is gone. So how does that work?
So here's how that works. The money was gone as of 2 days ago.
Really?
It was finished. There was no more money. You have to act fast. Remember, knowledge plus action equals power. Many people didn't do anything. The money was gone up to 2 days ago. Guess what? Something happened today. The money's back. Another $450 billion. The Senate just passed a few hours ago a measure that gives you up to $450 billion for part of Paycheck Protection Plan and Economic Injury Disaster Loan. So please go online now, sba.gov, and scroll down and actually search for those places and apply. Call your bank or apply through the EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan, is done through the SBA. You have to do it through their website. The Paycheck Protection Plan, where it gives you cash, is done through your bank. Now, one more thing. When you apply EIDL, they'll send you $10,000 right away.
What's the name?
They'll send you $10,000 once they get your application.
What's the name
even
of it?
Before they've spent all the time doing the due diligence, they'll send you $10,000 right away.
Back because I missed that. Go to whom? They're gonna give me 10
It's called Economic Injury Disaster Loan. You can apply on sba.gov. You have to fill out a whole application and go through a whole process. But even after you submit the application, before they make a decision, they'll send you $10,000. Take the money. So the things you can do to help yourself. You gonna take the $10,000?
Ow! You ain't to hang up. Listen, everybody think it's such lies. Why do everybody think it's a lie, David?
Because they probably applied and they've been denied. There's a lot of trickery going on. But keep pushing, keep doing your thing. You're going to get it, I promise.
Absolutely.
What has happened is they're actually not denying people. Look, I have a couple of companies. A couple of my companies we received email back saying, look, we're not going to fulfill your PPP, we're not going to give you money yet, but we're not going to give you, but we're waiting for the government to allot more money, which has been allotted today.
Will they allot any more after today, you think?
I don't know. I think...
especially if we're all work until next month. So how does that work? Is this another ploy? Because, Erica Campbell came on today and she was like, oh, they sent y'all this money and y'all, they can't wait for it to burn your pockets. They want to bring this money back into the economy. What do you think about that? Or will they be allotting any more money?
Well, the way the economy works, look, the American economy, the reason why we're giving people so much money, $2 trillion, $450 billion, and so on and so forth, the way the American economy works, our economy is comprised of consumers, people like you and me, businesses, in the government, and stuff net exports. Consumers, you and me, are 70% of the economy. Traveling to Europe, buying a car, shopping for groceries, going to a restaurant, that's us, 70% of the economy. If we stop spending, the economy goes into a recession. So the government has to keep consumers spending. They got to keep you spending.
Oh, so go ahead on and fuck up your life, ruin your life.
They don't care about that.
Risk your life on
They don't
Friday.
really care too much about that. They care about you spending. So when you get that paycheck, you got to go out, so they want to give you money so you can keep spending. So if they have to do more, the question was, are they going to give more? If they feel like it's necessary, they're going to give more. But you got to go apply though. You got to go apply.
But most people are afraid to go and apply, and we have more.
So guys, I wanted to chime in. So I applied for the EIDL and several other of my business associates that have businesses. And the problem and the kickback that we're getting back, which is why everybody that's out there commenting are saying lies, 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 is because when you apply, what we were told in the beginning is as soon as you apply, you're going to get $10,000. That's off the top, right? Well, what they do once they receive your application, they say, oh, well, you have 2 people in your business. So we're going to give you, instead of giving you $10,000 off top, we're going to give you $1,000 for every employee that you have. And then another problem I was having that I would like for you to touch on is if Ruth Chris is considered a small business, please tell me what I am. I can't touch Ruth Chris on any day with my business. So if people and companies like Ruth Chris are getting these large sums of money, and then you have people like myself and my business colleagues, just because we do hair, nails, as you said, my sister has a home health care business, just because we have smaller businesses, we're not getting the same results that none of my friends with businesses has received 10,000 flat, and just for signing up. None of my business friends have received any of the money. I will say 2 lawyers and a restaurant owner have received money from the PPP, and they've received like over $15,000 each company. So there are some goods and bads, but it changes up. Even with unemployment, I filed for unemployment. If you look on the website today, from when they opened it up to 1099 and gig worker and sole proprietorships, they told us that go ahead and apply. We'll get back to you within 7 days. 7 days is tomorrow, April 22nd. So if you get on the website tonight, it says, on April 22nd, if we think you are approved, then we're going to send you another application to apply for, and then we'll let you know if you get that part. So I think that's why the people out there keep saying there's so much, because once you apply, it's something, they're making it up as they go, honestly.
And you got, what's your name?
Nita,
you got it.
Yes.
You've addressed 2 things. One is the big companies who are applying for PPP that's supposed to be for small companies. And the first part is the fact that, Nita, they're making it up as they go. We've never had a situation where 80% of air travel is down. We've never had a situation where no restaurant is
so that means
class.
As for everything else, meaning like opening up the businesses on Friday, opening up the beauty world on Friday, getting your hair and your nails done, going to restaurants on Friday.
We've never had it before. And so we're trying to figure it out.
So the wrong information is being given out then in that area.
They don't even know. They're giving out information.
I don't think they know, which is why I think our state is opening up.
Right.
It's ridiculous for this. First of all, the state of Georgia to open up. Let me just say why. Because they were one of the last people who went on quarantine.
Remember, our governor said he didn't know about asymptomatic.
And do you remember the conversation we was having? David's sister and mom lives in Texas, and my mom, of course, everybody know my family live in Atlanta, and we were having conversations as to why we were on lockdown and they wasn't on lockdown. Now,
it made no sense.
It makes absolutely no sense. My niece lives in Paris, And do you remember, I was talking to Ashley a couple of weeks before my birthday, and she was on a complete lockdown, and she was depressed. She was like, I can't go outside. You know, their government is not playing. Like, you cannot be outside unless you have a paper from the government.
Yep.
Period.
Right.
At all. You're not leaving, you're not coming, you're not going. And I talked to her maybe it was like 4 days ago. I talked to her, I was like, oh, you guys are off lockdown? And she says, no. We are on lockdown until almost the end of May. So why is it if we have the most cases in the world are our states opening up? It doesn't make any sense. You guys don't fall for the okie doke.
No, it's a lot deeper.
Please stay in the house. Now we have something very important on the call who's been waiting. It's a healthcare.
Can I just answer her question?
Yes,
she had a really good question.
I'm sorry,
so the first part is they're trying to figure it out. So they give like $1,000 per employee. They made that rule after. Congress didn't write it in. The second application, they said they made it up after. The truth is, if you're patient, you may not get the money right now. If you're patient,
yep.
First, they want to work with you. They want you to keep spending. Our economy depends on it. This is the first question.
Right.
Question, by the way, would Ruth Chris get? I think it was $300 million.
Ruth Chris,
when you're looking for Ruth Chris.
You got to say the small business Ruth Chris.
So Congress wrote an exception into that legislation. They said companies, two groups of people, anyone who's employed under 500 people, and permanent employees, and independent contractors like you. Yes. They also made one exception. They said, if you're a restaurant, now there's you who's, has a little restaurant in the corner with, 7 employees. Mm-hmm. And then there's a chain that has 250,000 employees around the world. You can both apply. Now, you believe that guy that company got their accountant, their lawyer, everybody in line on day one.
Yes.
So they got the money first, and they needed this much. You just needed this much. Yeah. But because you didn't have the highly $1,000 an hour accountants, lawyers, you didn't know. So you applied on day 2 or day 3 or day 4, and the money was all gone. So that's what we're dealing with. You just give us more money. Please apply. Don't you keep your application going. Don't withdraw it. There's hope. There's hope for us.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So there's a really important person online, a healthcare worker, who was very frustrated. As you can imagine, how ridiculous things. Nick, do we still have our caller? Yellow.
Hey, Tamar.
Hi, darling. How are you? What's your name? Where you from? You don't have to give us your real name and where you from if you don't want to, but I like to, get to know people who I talk to.
My name is Tim. I'm calling from North Carolina.
Okay.
And I just wanted to touch on, first of all, it's, frustrated is an understatement, but a lot of people really, really, really just don't get how serious it is out here. I work in an emergency room, and we're the front line for everything, so this isn't really new let me take that back. Up until COVID, being the front line and being exposed to everything wasn't really new for us. But this is a whole nother situation, whole nother story. And bottom line is, like you said, don't fall for the okie doke. The press and the president and all these people are wanting to tell people that the numbers are going down, but I see it every day. Yes, the numbers of people coming into the hospital have lowered based on general population, but there's still people testing positive for COVID every day. There's people I see dying every day. And what makes it even worse, outside of the obvious of what COVID is doing to people, is that, let's say people's grandmother and people's mothers and brothers and sisters, life happens every day. People get in a motorcycle crash or a car crash. You can't come visit them in the hospital because of COVID. So COVID has affected so many things outside of it just being what it is. There's a no visitor policy in the hospital. You cannot enter. We wear masks and we wear, coats and hats 12 hours a day. We can't sit with our coworkers and eat because of the social distancing. So it's real. We have to be frontline to this, and we have to practice it at work. So asking people to practice it in the comfort of their own homes and to hold out on a manicure, pedicure, or a haircut or getting their hair done, it's not a lot to ask.
It's just, I'm pretty sure you're frustrated when you hear oh, come get your hair cut, or come get your finger waves done, get your weave fixed, sis, or get your nails fixed. I'm pretty sure that's very frustrating when you really see what's really going down in the hospitals and how people are suffering and how, people don't, the press doesn't really talk about how you can't come into the hospitals when you have a loved one that's sick without COVID-19, or when you are having a baby, is only one other person. Whoever brings you to the hospital is the only person who's allowed to see the baby come into the world. And also the endless hours that you guys put in, and also how you guys put your lives on the line and also play Russian roulette with your families when you come home at night.
Tell me something. What do you suggest, as being on the front line, what do you suggest as a safe space for people to think that they can start going back to some type of normal life?
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive, but we have meetings daily, and we discuss these things. And I'll say what we were told. We ask questions daily. Every day we're asking what's new, and just like to everyone on the call and everyone else watching and listening. In to David's point earlier, it's getting made up day by day, even for us. You know what I mean? So I would say whenever it's deemed safe and everything opens, I'm gonna treat it like, as my grandma used to say, the first snow. You know how growing up, your grandma made snow cream and she tell you, oh, the first snow ain't no good, you don't use the first snow.
Yeah. We make ice cream.
Right, yeah. So I'm gonna say, seriously, it's not safe until 2-3 weeks after everything clears, because they tell us daily that the peak has not hit yet. Every day we go into work.
Caller, consistently, I've heard that from my brother, from Dr. Jackie. She just said it last week, and also I talked to Keisha today. Like everyone we know that are in the medical field who is on the front lines have said the same thing. We have not peaked, ladies and gentlemen. Please, yeah. I don't give a damn. Fuck it. I don't give a damn what these white men are saying. Stay your black ass at home.
Hello?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I think I lost signal a little bit, but
nothing.
But pretty much we have a call every week, a COVID call is what they call it. And they brought in people from other areas who are non-essential, who work, on the front line, but not on the front line, because they're already preparing for all of us working in the ER to get COVID eventually. I've been exposed twice. Yes. Yeah, it's real. I've been exposed twice. I've been tested twice. Both times I was negative, thank God. But yeah, it's that real. It's that real.
What happens during this call?
So pretty much, we're not on the call. The directors and managers are on the call. Well, really the directors, not even management. And pretty much they just go over the plan. And that's the thing. It's the plan of, they broke us up into teams. So instead of having, 20 people per shift, you might have 5 people per shift. And that way, if one team, because obviously if us three, if me, you, and Tamar are on the same team and I get exposed, that puts y'all at risk. So we're both factors at that point. So now to keep everyone, adequate and up to date, they're making it to where it's broken down into teams. So if one team is exposed, that whole team gets quarantined at home. And so it's real. It's real. And like I said,
for how many days?
Well, the automatic quarantine, they tell you, is 14 days.
Wow.
So, it's literally a day by day thing, but it's so much that people are not privy to. And Tamar, thank you all so much for using this platform to show that, because it's a lot of stuff that people still don't understand.
Absolutely.
And, if it wasn't for HIPAA and guidelines and if the cameras could come in and see stuff, I think it would change people's perspective. But obviously, that's not allowed.
Let me ask you a question. What would you say right now to the people who are opening up their salons, opening up their nail salons, opening up their restaurants, and all of the states that the governors are allowing them to? What would you say to them right now? Not as the governor, but as a person who is seeing things
on the front lines.
The front lines.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, all jokes aside, I would say you're not really going to play a cosmetologist. You're going to play a mortician, because to really, I mean, we all, like Tamar, like you said earlier. You said you had your braids in for a month. My mustache is hanging over my lip right now, so I'm not looking cute, and I got to see people daily. You see what I'm saying? But it's not.
You can go to CVS and get some clips.
I was joking, Johnny. I was joking, but
said you guys are not playing beautician. You are playing
mortician.
Mortician, exactly. Wow. I mean, it's, you taking the risk of your family becoming the Addams family. And I mean,
you guys, I don't
it's
know
real,
y'all. But let me just, y'all. I don't know this gentleman. He said you guys are not playing beautician. You are playing mortician.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't care.
It really isn't worth it. It really isn't. Mm-hmm. Throw some leave-in conditioner on your hair, slap your hair in a bond-in, put it in a ponytail, put a hat on your head, flip scarf. Do whatever you need to do to keep your life right now.
So let's just fact that the restaurants are opening. What are the risks of us going out and have some sushi? Because everybody miss going out to eat. Everybody miss date night with they boo. Everybody miss they booze. You know what I'm saying? Everybody done started a forest fire with themselves. Everybody over it. What do you have to say with the hooking up and the date nights and let's go out on a date because the governor said it's okay to go to a restaurant and now let's hook up?
So what people really don't understand either, and we have to educate people on this daily, is that this is going to sound, just follow me, it's going to sound really weird, but honestly, I think when everything opens back up, we're going to be more at risk. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. But obviously, due to what's going on, but people are in public wearing masks, as we're instructed to do. The masks are cool. That makes perfect sense. But people are wearing gloves, and they're not washing their hands. They think the gloves protect them, but you're touching everything. Then you go to a restaurant with gloves on, you're touching the table. I mean, you're touching the menu, you're doing all these things, and we do that with our hands, but we can wash our hands. You don't wash gloves. You throw gloves away, they're disposable.
I actually sanitize my gloves too, but I get it. I actually...
No, you can do that. But I mean, the people that are wearing this out here thinking that it's protecting them are not doing that. You know what I mean? So outside of that, and then when it comes to the whole... I mean, I'm gonna give y'all another example, and this is gonna really sound crazy, but I'm gonna give you another example of how crazy things are. People, and somebody made a joke about it the other day. I can't remember. I want to say it was David Banner's podcast I was listening to, and he was saying how people are wearing gloves out in masks, but they're not wearing condoms. And that's a whole nother point that shows you that people aren't getting it. You're wearing gloves on your hands, but you can't put a glove other places. So, right. That's it's sad. It's crazy. But, I would just say, honestly, like I said, I know for me personally, there are people I work with who have ignorance to things, and they're like, oh, well, we already, and granted, as Nita said earlier, a lot of us probably have already been, had it, earlier when it came out in, December. Like, we had a very, very high peak of people coming into the emergency rooms in November and December, and even to January and early February before this was spoke of. And they were having all these symptoms. They were having shortness of breath, and they were having fevers, and they were having all these flu-like symptoms before we started testing for COVID, and they were negative for flu. So they were told it was an upper respiratory infection. And so I think it's been around a lot longer. But to answer y'all's question, I'm gonna hold it out for a little while. I'm not going.
You know what?
You're not going to the salon. You're not going to get your hair cut. You're not going nowhere.
To no restaurant. No, because it's just not. It's just like everything. It's not. This and the scary part is, because this is the first time ever anything like this has happened to shut down the world, especially the United States.
Yeah.
And so to see this happening, y'all know if it's happening now, it's going to happen again.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for adding that tidbit of information. It was very educational and very informative. And thank you for putting your life on the line and on the front line for so many people. We know that it's a big risk for you, so we really appreciate you and your dedication to everyone. We really do.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Larry, can you come back up here? Derek, Nita, Dre, guys. First of all, I want y'all to know that Derek is talking about something real juicy. I'm so jealous. But I appreciate you guys for coming on. And, you know, it's hard, especially when you run a business and you see how people are suffering. You see how the people who work hard to pay their bills. To say no to open up the salon, to open up the business that make it work for other people. I respect that you open up your doors because you have a heart. But it's not just about that. You know, we are going to do our best to provide the information for the people who need monies to pay their bills, figure out how to feed their children, and to have the life that they're, you know, normally used to. But if we all can, it's time to stand against the government and not open up our small businesses and the businesses that they say it's okay to open up. No, it's not the time. It's not the time. And respectfully, if you do, I just hope that you guys take, you know, the measures and the safety that you can, and maybe, you know, have one person in the salon at a time. But having 4 and 5 and 6 people that don't know each other and each other's proximity to breed and, you know, to have this space, the open space, it's just not safe. Derek, Nita, Larry, Dre, Johnny. You know, we thought the show was about to be about one thing, but it turned out to be about another. And I just thank you guys for joining us because...
Yeah, thank you guys.
Guys, there are ways to eat. There are ways to pay our bills. I'm doing it with you guys. I'm not preaching about it. I'm in these programs too.
Yeah, me too.
So there is no shame in calling his name. Derek, Nita, Larry, Dre, do you guys have any closing remarks before we, you know, let the kids go head on and Taco Tuesday and have them? Because I need a drink at this point. It's a lot.
Well, I'm staying my ass at home. I'm not going to work on Friday. You know, and I will say this, Tamar. Everything that you said is absolutely correct, and yes, that's what we absolutely need to do. You know, and I'm with it. Luckily, I'm blessed to be able to have my sister here with me, and we stay in the house together. So she's been keeping me company, so I don't have to be out in the streets. But like I said, I do understand the other side of it also. Yeah, you know, so we do gotta stay safe, but you don't have when you feel like you need, like, because a lot of people not even getting, a lot of us workers have applied for, like I said, I applied for unemployment. I applied for it almost a month ago. They sent me the letter saying I got it. I still ain't got no money yet. So, you know, at the end of the day, so a lot of people are not prepared for it. So
Rich.
Yeah.
Rich.
No.
Oh, you got unemployment. You rich.
I do want to say something. I want to say something.
Larry.
I want to just let everybody know, like, my prayer for everybody is to please not be a social experiment at the government's expense. Your life is worth more. I have gone through bouts of being evicted. I have gone through bouts of having to eat ramen noodles. I have gone through bouts of the lowest of lows. And you always figure out a way to figure it out. But once your life is gone, you only have your health. That your health is all you got. This all goes away if your health goes away. So don't be a social experiment. Wait this out. I promise you're going to thank yourself later if you just wait this out.
Absolutely. I'm so glad you said that, Larry. God will provide. But he came over. You were not here, guys. It is not worth it. Mr. Andre, Mr. Fabulous Andre, any closing remarks, please?
Somebody Somebody has to take it to church. It says, if my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray, then will you hear from heaven. So this thing is bigger than flesh and blood. It's a spiritual situation. You got to approach it in that way as well. We got to be physically and naturally mindful of what's going on, but you got to be prayerful. And you got to be led by the Spirit when it comes down to something as traumatic as this. God will always provide. He's provided thus far, and he will continue to provide. Don't let the dollar convince you to put your life or lives of others on the line. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's too precious.
I'll take that. Miss Nita, you've been so, listen, we're so grateful to have you tonight. You've given
Thank you for having me.
Insight on the real, and I really appreciate that, because it's opened the door for other financial advisors to help us people. And I'm not going to say people like you, because I'm people like you.
Right.
I'm just like the last person. I just don't do hair. Right. Or nails. Right. So what do you have to say for closing remarks?
Closing remarks, I kind of want to touch on what Andre just said. It's bigger than us. I said a prayer today at 6:16 p.m. I got a phone call from Derek at 6:30 saying, hey, we need your voice. That was in my prayer at 6:16 p.m. And that fast, my voice was needed in a situation. So just keep your faith in God. I am not going back to work. My clients I'm almost receiving death threats. Okay, that's just how serious it is. And I do understand it. But I went through the struggle with my clients. I put on some press-on nails just for y'all tonight. My nails aren't done, and I'm okay. I know how to do something. Derek taught me a little something with my hair, but you're going to be okay. Yes. You're going to be okay. It's going to be over. Take this time and practice and prevail. Come out of this thing on top. Don't sit back and say, oh, my hair just this, or you're worrying about the wrong things. Worry about working on your craft. Worry about working on your family that you stuck in the house with. Worry about those bad kids that you keep calling bad and they only just 2-year-olds. Work on your relationship with God. Take this quiet time and sit and let him talk to you, and he'll tell you everything's gonna be okay. And that's just it. That's the final word.
Amen. I take this as, yes. God, he will never fail you. Mr. Derek J., you have any closing remarks? We didn't hear from you.
Yeah, we did.
He's over there. Woo, he's getting his life. All right, that's all you got to say, Derek, Mr. Derek J.
I mean, girl, I told you I'm over here gossiping. Yes, but that goes, everybody be safe. Just do the right thing. Do what's best for you. That's all that's the best advice that we can give. If you make sure you wash your hands, wear your mask, stay quarantined, do the best that you can for you. That's all I got to say. Because with me, I'm staying at home. I ain't going to work on Friday. I probably won't go to work till June.
Amen.
Love you,
dear. Bye, babe. Yes, thank you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Johnny, any closing remarks before we say goodbye?
Absolutely.
Everyone.
I am an eternal optimist, and you know this about me. And one thing I would say that has been going through our minds since this all began is this too shall pass. If there's any opportunity to really operate in faith, this is the time. Be cautious, but do not let fear overwhelm your life. Okay? Be grateful for the things that are in your life. Be grateful for the breath that you take every day. Be grateful for the people that are in your life that are surviving through this. But I guarantee you, this too shall pass. And you'll come out stronger than you've ever been before. So guys, just keep the faith, love each other, and stay safe.
Amen. And I would just like to encourage everybody, just, for me, my last words is keep your knees ashy. Stay in prayer. Stay in prayer for your family. Stay in prayer for your friends. Stay in prayer for your job. And believe that God is going to see you through. That's the only person that can make a way out of no way. How many times have we seen it? How many times have we heard testimonies? And everybody walk by faith and not by sight, and just stay at home. Stay at home and stay safe. Do the right thing. Listen to your gut. It'll never fail you. I love you guys so much. Listen, tune in tomorrow. I'll be with my auntie Maybelline at 2:00. I'll be on her page. We'll be talking about being quarantined, this whole single parent, and what we doing out here with our children, teaching our children, and let's listen to our elders and listen to how they made it through, so that way we can figure out how to do this thing. But in the meantime, stay at home. I see you guys tomorrow at 2:00, and then on Thursday, our Coupled in Quarantine show, everybody. Is going to be a good one. This is all about couples. We're going to be playing a good, amazing quarantine couple game. So, get your drinks ready, get your dinner ready. It's going down. It's going to be so doggone fun. But first, tomorrow at 2:00 on Judge Maybelline Ephraim page on Instagram. I'll be there at 2:00. Can't wait. Thank you so much to my good, amazing, beautiful friend Larry Sims. He's so beautiful and amazing. Woo-wee to God, he's so beautiful and amazing. My great friend Andre LeBron, I say it right, Andre, and also Nina Nels, and my fabulous, beautiful, amazing friend Derek J, and to my new co-host. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Did he leave? He always leave, y'all. He always leave before the party.
Yeah.
Johnny Wright. Join us on our show, Catch Petition on VH1, May 25th at 9:00.
9 p.m.
Get your DVR set now. We love you guys so much. I'll see you on Thursday, but first tomorrow at 2:00. Good night, y'all. Stay blessed. Stay safe.
Bye, guys. Love you.
Stay up. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Bye. Bye.